Chapter 8, Show Business, Friday 15th, July 1994. Leytonstone and the Isle of Dogs. Emma Morley eats well and drinks only in moderation. She gets 8 good hours sleep, then wakes promptly and of her own accord at just before 6:30 and drinks a large glass of water. The first 250 milliliters of a daily 1.5 liters, which she pours from the matching glass and carafe set that stands in a shaft of morning sunlight by her double bed. The clock radio clicks on, and she allows herself to lie in bed and listen to the news headlines. The labor leader John Smith has died, and there's a report on his memorial service at Westminster Abbey. Respectful cross-party tributes. The greatest prime minister we never had. Discreet speculation on who will replace him. Once again, she reminds herself to look into the possibility of joining the Labour Party, now that her C&D membership has long since lapsed. More of the endless World Cup news forces her out of bed, throwing off the summer duvet, putting on her old thick-rimmed spectacles, and sliding into the tiny corridor of space between the bed and the walls. She heads towards the tiny bathroom and opens the door. 1 minute, she pulls the door closed again, but not fast enough to prevent herself from seeing Ian Whitehead doubled over on the toilet. "Why don't you lock it, Ian?" she shouts at the door. "Sorry." Emma turns, pads back to bed, and lies there listening grumpily to the farming forecast, and, in the background, the flush of a toilet, then another flush, then a honking sound as Ian blows his nose, then another flush. Eventually he appears in the doorway, red-faced and martyred. He is wearing no underwear and a black t-shirt that stops a little above his hips. There isn't a man in the world that can carry off this look, but even so, Emma makes a conscious effort to keep her eyes focused on his face, as he slowly blows air out through his mouth. Well, that was quite an experience. Not feeling any better then, she removes her spectacles, just to be on the safe side. Not really, he pouts, his hands rubbing his stomach. I've got an upset tummy now. He talks in a low, pained voice, and even though Emma thinks Ian is terrific, there's something about the word tummy that makes her want to close the door sharply on his face. "I told you that bacon was off, but you wouldn't listen to me." "It's not that." "Oh, no? Bacon doesn't go off, you say. Bacon's cured." "I think it's a virus." "Well, maybe it's that bug that's going round. They've all got it at school. Maybe I gave it to you." He doesn't contradict her. "Been up all night. Feel rotten." "I know you do, sweetheart. Diarrhea on top of catarrh. It's a winning combination, like moonlight and music. And I hate having summer colds." "It's not your fault," says Emma, sitting up. "I reckon it's gastric flu," he says, relishing the pairing of words. "Sounds like gastric flu." "I feel so..." Fist clenched, he searches for the word that sums up the injustice of it all. "So bunged up. I can't go to work like this." "So don't." "But I've got to go." "So go." "I can't, can I? It feels like I've got 2 pints of mucus right here." He spreads his hand across the width of his forehead. 2 pints of thick phlegm." "Well, there's an image to carry me through the day." "Sorry, but that's how I feel." He squeezes round the edge of the bed to his side, and with another martyred sigh, climbs beneath the duvet. She gathers herself before standing. Today is a big day for Emma Morley. A monumental day, and she can do without this. Tonight is the premiere of Cromwell Road Comprehensive School's production of Oliver, and the potential for disaster is almost infinite. It's a big day for Dexter Mayhew, too. He lies in a tangle of damp sheets, eyes wide, and imagines all of the things that might go wrong. Tonight he is appearing on live national television in his very own TV show. A vehicle. It's a vehicle for his talents, and he is suddenly not sure that he possesses any. The previous evening he went to bed early like a small boy, alone and sober while it was still light outside, in the hope of being fresh-faced and quick-witted this morning, but he has been awake for 7 of the 9 hours now, and is exhausted and nauseous with anxiety. The phone rings and he sits up sharply and listens to his own voice on the answering machine. "So, talk to me," the voice says, urbane and confident, and he thinks, idiot, must change message. The machine beeps. "Oh, okay then. Hi there. It's me." He feels the familiar relief at the sound of Emma's voice and is about to pick it up when he remembers that they've argued and he is meant to be sulking. Sorry to call so early and all that, but some of us have proper jobs to go to. Just wanted to say big night tonight, so really, really good luck. Seriously, good luck. You'll be fine, more than fine. You'll be great. Just wear something nice and don't talk in that weird voice. And I know you're annoyed with me for not coming, but I'll be watching and cheering at the TV like some idiot. He is out of bed now, naked, staring at the machine. He contemplates picking up. I don't know what time. I'll get back. You know how wild these school plays can get. This crazy business we call show. I'll call later. Good luck, Dex. Loads of love. And by the way, you've got to change that answering machine message. And she's gone. He contemplates calling straight back, but feels that tactically he ought to sulk a little longer. They have argued again. She thinks that he doesn't like her boyfriend, and despite his passionate denials, there's no getting over the fact that he doesn't like her boyfriend. He has tried. Really, he has. The three of them have sat together in cinemas and cheap restaurants and dingy old boozers. Dexter meeting Emma's eyes and smiling his approval as Ian snuffles at her neck. Love's young dream with a pair of pints. He has sat at the tiny kitchen table of her tiny Earl's Count flat and played a game of Trivial Pursuit so savagely competitive that it was like bare-knuckle boxing. He has even joined the blokes from Sonicotronics at the Laughter Lab in Moore Lake to watch Ian's observational stand-up, Emma grinning nervously at his side and nudging him so that he knows when to laugh. But even on his best behavior, the hostility is tangible and mutual, too. Ian takes every opportunity to imply that Dexter is a fake because he happens to be in the public eye, a snob, a fop, just because he prefers taxis to night buses, members' clubs to saloon bars, good restaurants to take away. And the worst of it is that Emma joins in with the constant belittling, the reminders of his failings. Don't they appreciate how hard it is, staying decent, keeping your head on straight, when so much is happening to you in your life is so full and eventful? If Dexter picks up the bill at dinner, or offers to pay for a taxi instead of the bus, the two of them mumble and mope as if he has insulted them in some way. Why can't people be pleased that he's doing so well? Grateful for his generosity? That last excruciating evening, a vid night on a decrepit sofa watching Star Trek Wrath of Khan and drinking tinnies, while a curry leaked fluorescent ghee onto his dry Van Noten trousers. That was the last straw. From now on, if he's going to see Emma, then he's going to see her alone. Irrationally, unreasonably, he has become, what? Jealous? No, not jealous, but resentful, perhaps. He has always expected Emma to be there, a resource he can call upon at any time, like the emergency services. Since the cataclysm of his mother's death last Christmas, he has found himself more and more reliant on her at exactly the point that she has become less available to him. She used to return phone calls immediately. Now days go by without a word. She's been away with Ian, she says, but where do they go? What do they do? Buy furniture together? Watch vids? Go to pub quizzes? Ian has even met Emma's parents, Jim and Sue. They love him, she says. Why has Dexter never met Jim and Sue? Wouldn't they love him more? Most annoyingly of all, Emma seems to be relishing this newfound independence from Dexter. He feels as if he's being taught a lesson, as if he's being slapped around the face with her newfound contentment. You can't expect people to build their lives around you, Dexter, she has told him gloatingly, and now they've argued once again, and all because she won't be there in the studio for the live broadcast of his show. What do you want me to do, cancel Oliver, because you're on telly? Can't you come along afterwards? No, it's Miles. I'll send a car. I need to talk to the kids afterwards, the parents. Why do you? Dexter, be reasonable. It's my job. And he knows he's being churlish, but it would help to see Emma in the audience. He's a better person when she's around. And isn't that what friends are for, to raise you up and keep you at your best? Emma is his talisman, his lucky charm, and now she won't be there, and his mother won't be there, and he will wonder why he's doing it all. After a long shower, he feels a little better and pulls on a light V-neck cashmere sweater worn with no shirt, some pale linen drawstring trousers worn with no underpants, steps into a pair of Birkenstocks and bounds down to the paper shop to read the TV previews and check that press and publicity have been doing their job. The news agent smiles at his celebrity customer with a due sense of occasion, and Dexter trots home with his arms full of newspapers. He feels better now, full of trepidation, but exhilarated too, and while the espresso machine is warming up, the phone rings once again. Even before the machine picks up, something tells him that it will be his father, and that he will screen the call. Since his mother's death, the calls have become more frequent and more excruciating, stuttering, circular, and distracted. His father, the self-made man, now seems defeated by the simplest of tasks. Bereavement has unnamed him, and on Dexter's rare visits home, he has seen him staring helplessly at the kettle, as if it were some alien technology. "So, talk to me," says the idiot on the machine. "Hello, Dexter, it's your father here." He uses his ponderous phone voice. "I am just phoning to say good luck for your television show tonight. I will be watching. It's all very exciting. Allison would have been very proud." There's a momentary pause as they both realize that this probably isn't true. "That's all I wanted to say, except... Also, don't pay any attention to the newspapers. Just have fun. Goodbye. Goodbye." "Don't pay any attention to the what?" Dexter grabs at the phone. "Goodbye." His father has gone. He has set the timer on the explosives, then hung up, and Dexter looks across at the pile of newspapers, now full of menace. He tightens the drawstring on his linen trousers and turns to the TV pages. When Emma steps from the bathroom, Ian is on the phone, and she can tell from the flirty, larky tone of his voice that he is talking to her mother. Her boyfriend and Sue have been conducting a borderline affair ever since they met in Leeds at Christmas. "Lovely sprouts, Mrs. M. And isn't this turkey moist?" It's electric, the mutual longing between them, and all Emma and her dad can do is tut and roll their eyes. She waits patiently for Ian to tear himself away. "Bye, Mrs. M. Yeah, I hope so too. It's such a summer cold, I'll pull through. Bye, Mrs. M. Bye." Emma takes the receiver as Ian, mortally ill once more, shuffles back to bed. Her mother is flushed and giddy. "Such a lovely lad, isn't he? A lovely lad." "He is, Mum." "I hope you're looking after him. I've got to go to work now, Mum. Now, why was I calling? I've completely forgotten why I was calling." She was calling to talk to Ian. "Was it to wish me luck?" "Good luck for what?" "The school production." "Oh, yes, good luck for that. Sorry we can't come down to see it. It's just London's so expensive." Emma ends the phone call by pretending that the toaster is on fire, then goes to see the patient, sweltering beneath the duvet in an attempt to sweat it out. Part of her is vaguely aware of failing as a girlfriend. It's a new role for her, and she sometimes finds herself plagiarizing girlfriend behavior, holding hands, cuddling in front of the TV, that kind of thing. Ian loves her, he tells her so, if anything a little too often, and she thinks she may be able to love him back, but it will take some practice. Certainly she intends to try, and now, in a self-conscious gesture of sympathy, she curls herself around him on the bed. "If you don't think you can come to the show tonight," he sits up alarmed. No, I'm definitely coming." "I'll understand. If I have to come by ambulance. It's only a silly school play. It's going to be so embarrassing." "Emma." She lifts her head to look at him. "It's your big night. I wouldn't miss it for the world." She smiles. "Good. I'm pleased." She leans and kisses him antiseptically with closed lips, then picks up her bag and pads out of the flat, ready for her big day. The headline reads, "Is this the most odious man on television?" And for a while, Dexter thinks there must be a mistake, because beneath the headline they have accidentally printed his picture, and beneath that the single word Smug, as if Smug were his surname, Dexter Smug. With the tiny espresso cup pinched tight between finger and thumb, he reads on. Tonight's TV. Is there a more smug, self-satisfied smartarse than Dexter Mayhew on TV today? A subliminal burst of his cocky, pretty boy face makes us want to kick the screen in. At school, we had a phrase for it. Here's a man who clearly thinks he's it. Weirdly, someone out there in media land must love him as much as he loves himself, because after 3 years of larging it, don't you hate that lowercase? So 1990. He's now presenting his own late-night music show, the Late Night Lock-In. So he should stop reading here, just close the paper and move on, but his peripheral vision has already glimpsed a word or two. Inept was one, so he reads on. So if you really want to see a public school boy trying to be a new lad, dropping his H's and flirting with the ladies, trying to stay hip with the kids, unaware that the kids are laughing at him, then this one is for you. It's live, so there might be some pleasure in watching his famously inept interviewing technique, or alternatively, you could brand your face with a steam iron set to linen. Co-presenter is bubbly Suki Meadows, music from Shed 7, Echo Blee, and the Lemonheads. Don't say you weren't warned. Dexter has a clippings file, a Patrick Cox shoebox in the bottom of a wardrobe, but he decides to let this one go. With a great deal of clatter and mess, he makes himself another espresso. Tall poppy syndrome, that's what it is, the British disease, he thinks. A little bit of success, and they want to knock you down. Well, I don't care, I like my job, and I'm bloody good at it, and it's much harder than people think. Balls of steel, that's what you need to be a TV presenter, and a mind like a, well, quick thinking anyway, and besides, you mustn't take it personally. Who needs critics? No one ever woke up and decided they wanted to be a critic. Well, I'd rather be out there doing it myself, putting myself on the line rather than be some eunuch being spiteful for 12 grand a year. Well, no one ever built a statue to a critic, and I'll show them all. Variations of this monologue run through Dexter's head throughout his big day. On his trip to the production office, during his chauffeured drive in the salon car to the studio on the Isle of Dogs, throughout the afternoon's dress rehearsal, the production meeting, the hair and makeup sessions, right up until the moment when he is alone in his dressing room and is finally able to open his bag, take out the bottle he placed there that morning, pour himself a large glass of vodka, top it up with warm orange juice, and proceed to drink. Fight, 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 fight. 45 minutes to go before curtain up, and the chanting can be heard the whole length of the English block. Hurrying up the corridor, Emma sees Mrs. Granger stumble from the dressing room as if fleeing a fire. I've tried to stop them. They won't listen to me. Thank you, Mrs. Granger. I'm sure I can handle it. Should I get Mr. Godalming? I'm sure it'll be fine. You go and rehearse the band. I said this was a mistake. She hurries away, hand to her chest. I said it would never work. Emma takes a deep breath, enters and sees the mob, 30 teenagers in top hats and hooped skirts and stick-on beards, shouting and jeering as the artful Dodger kneels on Oliver Twist's arms and presses his face hard into the dusty floor. What is going on here, people? The Victorian mob turns. Get her off me, miss, mumbles Oliver into the lino. They're fighting, miss, says Samir, 12 years old with mutton chop sideburns. I can see that, thank you, Samir. And she pushes through the crowd to pull them apart. Sonia Richards, the skinny black girl who plays the Dodger, still has her fingers tangled in the flicked blonde bangs of Oliver's hair, and Emma holds onto her shoulders and stares into her eyes. Let go, Sonia. Let go now, okay? Okay? Eventually, Sonia lets go and steps back, her eyes moistening now that the rage is leaching away, replaced by wounded pride. Martin Dawson, the orphan Oliver, looks dazed. 5'11" and stocky, he is bigger even than Mr. Bumble, but nevertheless the meaty waif looks close to tears. She started it, he quavers, between bass and treble, wiping his smudgy face with the heel of his hand. That's enough now, Martin. Yeah, shut your face, Dawson. I mean it, Sonia, enough. Emma stands in the center of the circle now, holding the adversaries by the elbows like a boxing referee, and she realizes that if she is to save the show, she is going to have to improvise a rousing speech, one of the many Henry V moments that make up her working life. Look at you. Look at how great you all look in your costumes. Look at little Samir there with his massive sideburns. The crowd laugh, and Samir plays along, scratching at the stuck-on hair. You've got friends and parents outside, and they're all going to see a great show, a real performance. Or at least I thought they were. She folds her arms and sighs. Because I think we're going to have to cancel the show. She's bluffing, of course, but the effect is perfect. A great communal groan of protest. But we didn't do anything, miss, protests Fagin. So who was shouting, fight, 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 Rodney? But she just went completely apeshit, miss, warbles Martin Dawson, and now Sonia is straining to get at him. Oi, Oliver, do you want some more? There's laughter, and Emma pulls out the old triumph against the odd speech. Enough. You lot are meant to be a company, not a mob. You know, I don't mind telling you there are people out there tonight who don't think you can do this. They don't think you're capable. They think it's too complicated for you. It's Charles Dickens, Emma, they say. It's not bright enough. They haven't got the discipline to work together. They're not up to Oliver. Give them something nice and easy. Who said that, miss? Says Samir, ready to key their car. It doesn't matter who said it, it's what they think. And maybe they're right. Maybe we should call the whole thing off. For a moment she wonders if she's over-egging it, but it's hard to overestimate the teenage appetite for high drama. And there's a great moan of protest from all of them in their bonnets and top hats. Even if they know she's faking, they are relishing the jeopardy. She pauses for effect. Now, Sonia and Martin and I are going to go and have a little talk, and I want you to continue to get ready, then sit quietly and think about your part, and then we'll decide what to do next, okay? I said okay? Yes, miss. The dressing room is silent as she follows the adversaries out, bursting into noise again the moment she closes the door. She escorts Oliver and the Dodger down the corridor, past the sports hall where Mrs. Granger leads the band through a fiercely dissonant "Consider Yourself," and she wonders once again what she is letting herself in for. She talks to Sonia first. So, what happened? Evening light slants in through the large reinforced windows of 4D, and Sonia stares out at the science block, affecting boredom. We just had words, that's all. She sits on the edge of a desk, her long legs swinging in old-school trousers slashed into tatters, tinfoil buckles stuck onto black trainers. One hand picks at her BCG scar, her small, hard, pretty face bunched up tight as a fist, as if to warn Emma off trying any of that seize-the-day crap. The other kids are frightened of Sonia Richards, and even Emma sometimes fears for her dinner money. It's the level stare, the rage. I'm not saying sorry, she snaps. Why not? And please don't say he started it. Her face opens with indignation. But he did! Sonia. He did! She stops herself. What did he say? Sonia? Sonia makes a calculation, weighing up the dishonor of telling tales against her sense of injustice. He said the reason I could play the part was 'cause it wasn't really acting, because I was a peasant in real life, too. A peasant? Yeah, that's what Martin said. It's what he said, so I hit him. Well, Emma sighs and looks at the floor. The first thing to say is that it doesn't matter what anyone says, ever. You can't just hit people. Sonia Richards is her project. She knows she shouldn't really have projects, but Sonia is so clearly smart, the smartest in her class by some way, but aggressive too, a whip-thin figure of resentment and wounded pride. But he's such a little prick, miss. Sonia, please don't, she says, though a little part of her thinks that Sonia has a valid point about Martin Dawson. He treats the kids and the teachers, the whole comprehensive system, as if he were a missionary and has designed to walk among them. Last night, at the dress rehearsal, he cried real tears during Where is Love, squeezing the high notes out like kidney stones, and Emma had found herself idly wondering what it would feel like to walk on stage, place one hand over his face, and push him firmly backwards. The peasant remark is entirely in character, but even so, if this is what he said, it is, miss. I'll talk to him and find out, but if it is what he said, it just reveals how ignorant he is, and how daft you are for rising to it. She stumbles on daft, an ilkly more word. Street. To be more street, she tells herself. But hey, if we can't settle this beef, then we really can't do the show. Sonia's face tightens again, and Emma is startled to notice that she seems as if she might cry. You wouldn't do that. I might have to. Miss, we can't do the show, Sonia. We can. What, with you bitch-slapping Martin during Who Will Buy? Sonia smiles despite herself. You are smart, Sonia, so smart. But people set these traps for you, and you walk right into them. Sonia sighs, sets her face, and looks out at the small rectangle of parched grass outside the science block. You could do so well, not just in the play, but in class, too. Your work this term's been really intelligent and sensitive and thoughtful. Unsure how to deal with praise, Sonia sniffs and scowls. Next term, you could do even better, but you've got to control your temper, Sonia. You've got to show people you're better than that. It's another speech, and Emma sometimes thinks she expends too much energy making speeches like this. She had hoped that it might have some kind of inspirational effect, but Sonia's gaze has drifted over Emma's shoulder now, towards the classroom door. Sonia, are you listening to me? Beard's here. Emma glances round and sees a dark-haired face at the door's glass panel, 2 eyes peering through like a curious bear. Don't call him Beard, he's the headmaster, she tells Sonia, then beckons him in. But it's true. The first and second words that enter her head whenever she sees Mr. Godalming are Beard. It's one of those startling full-face affairs, not straggly, cut very close and neat, but very, very black. A conquistador, his blue eyes peeping out like holes cut in carpet. So he is the Beard. As he enters, Sonia starts to scratch at her chin, and Emma widens her eyes in warning. Evening all, he calls in his jaunty, out-of-hours voice. How's it going? Everything all right, Sonia? Bit hairy, sir, says Sonia, but I think we'll be okay. Emma snuffles, and Mr. Godalming turns to her. Everything all right, Emma? Sonia and I were just having a little pre-show pep talk. Do you want to go and carry on getting ready, Sonia? With a smile of relief, she pushes herself off the desk and saunters to the door. Tell Martin I'll be 2 minutes. Emma and Mr. Godalming are alone. Well, he smiles. Well. In a fit of informality, Mr. Godalming goes to sit astride a chair, showbiz style, appearing to change his mind halfway through the action before deciding that there's no going back. Bit of a handful, that, Sonia. Oh, just bravado. I heard reports of a fight. That was nothing. Pre-show nerves. Straddling his chair, he really does look fantastically uncomfortable. I heard your protege has been laying into our future head boy. Youthful high spirits, and I don't think Martin was completely innocent. Bitch slapped was the phrase I heard. You seem very well informed. I am the headmaster. Mr. Godalming smiles through his balaclava, and Emma wonders if you looked long enough, would you actually be able to see the hair grow? What's going on under all that stuff? Might Mr. Godalming actually be quite good-looking? He nods towards the door. I saw Martin in the corridor. He's very emotional. Well, he's been in character for the last 6 weeks. He's taking a method approach. I think if he could, he'd have given himself rickets. Is he any good? God, no, he's awful. An orphanage is the best place for him. You're welcome to jam bits of the program in your ears during Where is Love. Mr. Godalming laughs. Sonia's great, though. The headmaster looks unconvinced. You'll see. He shifts uneasily on the chair. What can I expect tonight, Emma? No idea. Could go either way. Personally, I'm more of a sweet charity man. Remind me, why couldn't we do sweet charity? Well, it's a musical about prostitution, so... Once more, Mr. Godalming laughs. He does this a lot with Emma, and others have noticed it too. There is gossip in the staff room, dark murmurs about favoritism, and certainly he's looking at her very intently tonight. A moment passes, and she glances back towards the door where Martin Dawson peeks tearfully through the glass panel. I'd better have a word with Edith Piaf out there before he goes off the rails. Of course, Mr. Godalming seems pleased to dismount the chair. Good luck tonight. My wife and I have been looking forward to it all week. I don't believe that for a second. It's true, you must meet her afterwards. Perhaps Fiona and I can have a drink with your fiancé? God, no, just boyfriend. Ian. At the after-show drinks, beaker of dilute squash. Cook's been to the cash and carry. I hear rumors of Minnie Keeves. Teaching, eh? And people say it's not glamorous. You look beautiful, Emma, by the way. Emma holds her arms out to the side. She is wearing makeup, just a little lipstick to go with a vintage floral dress, which is dark pink, and a little on the tight side, perhaps. She looks down at her dress as if it has taken her by surprise, but really it's the remark that has thrown her. Ta, very much, she says, but he has noticed her hesitation. A moment passes, and he looks towards the door. I'll send Martin in, shall I? Please do. He heads to the door, then stops and turns. I'm sorry, have I broken some sort of professional code? Can I say that to a member of my staff, that they look nice? Of course you can, she says, but both know that nice was not the word he had used. The word was beautiful. Excuse me, but I'm looking for the most odious man on television, says Toby Moray from the doorway in that whiny, pinched little voice of his. He's wearing a tartan suit and his on-screen makeup, his hair slick and oiled into a jokey quiff, and Dexter wants to throw a bottle at him. I think you'll find that that's who you're looking for. Oh, I think you'll find that that's you who you're looking for, not me, says Dexter, concise speech suddenly beyond him. Nice comeback, superstar, says his co-presenter. So you saw the previews then? Nope. Because I can run off some photocopies for you. Just one bad write-up, Toby. You didn't read the Mirror then, or the Express, the Times. Dexter pretends to be studying his running order. No one ever built a statue of a critic. True, but no one built a statue of a TV presenter either. Fuck off, Toby. Oh, just... Why are you here, anyway? To wish you luck. He places his hand on Dexter's shoulders and squeezes, round and waspish. Toby's role on the show is a kind of irrelevant, say-anything jester figure, and Dexter despises him. This jumped-up little warm-up man, and envies him, too. In the pilot and in rehearsals, he has run rings around Dexter, slyly mocking and deriding him, making him feel fat-tongued, slow-witted, doltish, the pretty boy who can't think on his feet. He shrugs Toby's hands away. This antagonism is meant to be the stuff of great TV, they say. But Dexter feels paranoid, persecuted. He needs another vodka to recover some of his good spirits, but he can't. Not while Toby's smirking at him in the mirror with his little owlish face. If you don't mind, I'd like to gather my thoughts. I understand. Focus that mind of yours. See you out there, then. See you, handsome. Good luck. He pulls the door closed, then opens it again. No, really, I mean it. Good luck. When Dexter's sure he's alone, he pours himself that drink and checks himself in the mirror. Bright red t-shirt worn under black dinner jacket, over washed out jeans, over pointed black shoes. His hair cut short and sharp, he is meant to be the picture of metropolitan male youth, but suddenly he feels old and tired and impossibly sad. He presses 2 fingers against each eye and attempts to account for this crippling melancholy, but is having trouble with rational thought. It feels as if someone has taken his head and shaken it. Words are turning to mush, and he can see no plausible way of getting through this. Don't fall apart, he tells himself. Not here, not now. Hold it together. But an hour is an impossibly long time on live TV, and he decides that he might need a little help. There's a small water bottle on his dressing table, and he empties it into the sink, then, glancing at the door, takes the bottle of vodka from the drawer once again and pours 4 inches of the vicious liquid into the bottle and replaces the lid. He holds it up to the light. No one would ever tell the difference, and of course he's not going to drink it all, but it's there in his hand to help him out and get him through. The deceit makes him feel excited and confident again, ready to show the viewing public and Emma and his father at home just what he can do. He is not just some presenter, he is a broadcaster. The door opens. "Wahey!" says Suki Meadows, his co-presenter. Suki is the nation's ideal girlfriend, a woman for whom bubbliness is a way of life, verging on a disorder. Suki would probably start a letter of condolence with the word, "Wahey!" and Dexter might find this relentless perkiness a bit wearing if she weren't so attractive and popular and crazy about him. "How are you, sweetheart? Shooting bricks, I expect." And this is Suki's other great talent as a TV presenter, to hold every conversation as if she's addressing the bank holiday crowd on the seafront at Weston-super-Mare. "I am a little nervous, yes." "Ah, come here, you." She wraps her arm around his head and holds it like a football. Suki Meadows is pretty and what used to be called petite, and fizzes and bubbles like a fan heater dropped into a bath. There has been some flirtation between them recently, if you can call this flirtation, Suki pushing his face into her breast like this. Like a head boy and a head girl, there has been some pressure for the 2 stars to get together, and it does sort of make sense from a professional, if not emotional point of view. She squeezes his head beneath her arm. "You're going to be great," then suddenly holds onto his ears and jerks his face towards her. "Listen to me. You're gorgeous. You know that, and we are going to be such a great team, you and me. My mom's here tonight, and she wants to meet you afterwards. Between me and you, I think she fancies you. I fancy you, so she must fancy you too. She wants your autograph, but you have to promise not to get off with her." "I'll do my best, Suki." "You got family in?" "No." "Friends?" "No." "What do you think of this outfit?" She's wearing a clubby top and a tiny skirt and carries the obligatory bottle of water. "Can you see my nipples?" Is she flirting? Only if you look for them, he flirts back mechanically, smiling weakly, and Susie senses something. She holds out his hands to the side and intimately bellows, "What's up with you, sweetheart?" She shrugs. "Toby's been in here winding me up," and before he can finish, she has pulled him to his feet and her arms are round his waist, her hands twanging the waistband of his underpants in sympathy. "You ignore him. He's just jealous because you're better at this than he is." She looks at him, her chin poking his chest. "You're a natural. You know you are." The floor manager is at the door. "Ready for you now, guys. We're great together, aren't we? Me and you, Suki and Dex, Dex and Suki. We're going to knock 'em dead." Suddenly she kisses him once very hard, as if rubber stamping a document. "More of that later, golden boy," she says in his ear, then picks up her bottle of water and bounds out onto the studio floor. Dexter takes a moment to look at his reflection in the mirror. Golden boy. He sighs and presses all 10 fingers hard into his skull and tries not to think about his mother. "Hold it together. Don't foul this up. Be good. Do something good." He smiles the smile that he keeps especially for use on television, picks up his spiked water bottle, and heads out onto the studio floor. Suki waits for him at the edge of the immense set, taking his hand and squeezing it. The crew is running around, patting his shoulder and pinching his arm madly as they pass, and high above their heads, ironic go-go dancers in bikinis and cowboy boots stretch out their calves in their ironic cages. Toby Murray is doing the warm-up and getting big laughs too, until suddenly he's introducing them. A big hand please for your host tonight, Suki Meadows and Dexter Mayhew. He doesn't want to go. Music thumps from the speakers. Start the dance by the prodigy, and he wants to stay here in the wings, but Suki is tugging on his hand, and suddenly she is bounding out into the bright studio lights, bawling, "All right!" Dexter follows on, the suave and urbane half of the presenting duo. As always, the set involves a lot of scaffolding, and they climb the ramps until they're looking down at the audience below them. Suki chattering all the way. "Look at you, you're all gorgeous. Are you ready to have a great time? Make some noise." Dexter stands mute on the gantry next to her, the microphone dead in his hand as he realizes that he is drunk. His big break on live national television, and he is sodden with vodka, dizzy with it. The gantry seems impossibly high, far higher than in rehearsals, and he wants to lie down, but if he does this, there's a chance that 2 million people will notice, so he assumes the manner and offers, "Hello, you lot." There's no spaces. Hang on. "Hello, you lot. Are you all feeling all right?" A single clear male voice sails up to the gantry. "Wanker." Dexter seeks out the heckler, a skinny, grinning twerp with a wonder-stuff hair. But it gets a laugh, a big laugh. Even the cameramen are laughing. "My agent, ladies and gentlemen," replies Dexter, and there's a ripple of amusement, but that's all. They must have read the papers. Is this the most odious man on television? Good God, it's true, he thinks. They hate me. "1 minute, everyone," shouts the floor manager, and Dexter suddenly feels like he's standing on a scaffold. He searches the crowd for a friendly face, but there are none, and once again he wishes Emma was here. He could show off for Emma, but at his best, if Emma or his mother were here, but they're not. Just this leering, jeering crowd of people, much, much younger than himself. He has got to find a bit of spirit from somewhere, a bit of attitude, and with the laser logic of the drunk, he decides that alcohol might help, because why not? The damage is already done. The go-go dancers stand poised in their cages, the cameras glide into place, and he unscrews the lid of his illicit bottle, raises it, swallows, and winces. Water. The water bottle contains water. Someone has replaced the vodka in his water bottle with Suki has his bottle. 30 seconds to air. She has picked up the wrong bottle. She is holding it in her hand now, a clubby little accessory. 20 seconds to air. She is unscrewing the lid. "Are you keeping hold of that?" he squeaks. "That's all right, isn't it?" She bounces on her toes like a prize fighter. "I've got your bottle by mistake." "So wipe the top." 10 seconds to air, and the audience starts to cheer and roar. The dancers hold onto the bars of their cages and start to gyrate as Suki raises the bottle to her lips. 7, 6, 5. He reaches for the bottle, but she knocks his hand away, laughing. Get off, Dexter, you've got your own. 4, 3, 2. But it isn't water, he says. She gulps it down. Roll titles, and now Suki is coughing, red-faced and spluttering as guitars crash over the speakers. Drums pound, go-go dancers writhe, and a camera on wires swoops down from the high ceiling like a bird of prey, soaring over the audience's heads like the presenter, so that it seems to the viewers at home as if 300 young people are cheering an attractive woman as she stands on scaffolding and retches. Scaffolding. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. The music fades, and all you can hear is Suki coughing. Dexter has frozen, dried, dead on air, and drunkenly crashing his own vehicle. The plane is going down, the ground looming up to meet him. Say something, Dexter, says a voice on his earpiece. Hello, Dexter, say something. But his brain won't work and his mouth won't work, and he stands there, dumb in every way. The seconds stretch. But thank God for Suki, a true professional, wiping her mouth with the back of her hand. Proof there that we're going out live. And there's a relieved little flurry of laughter from the audience. It's all going very well so far, isn't it, Dex? She jabs him in the ribs with a finger, and he springs to life. Sorry about Suki there, he says. The bottle's got vodka in it. And he does the little comic wiggle of the wrist that suggests a secret drinker, and there's another laugh, and he feels better. Suki laughs too, nudges him, and raises a fist, says, Why, I oughta, Three Stooges style, and only he can see the glint of contempt behind the bubbliness. He latches onto the safety of the auto cue. Welcome to the Late Night Lock-In. I'm Dexter Mayhew, and I'm Suki Meadows. And they're back on course, introducing the Friday night feast of great comedy and music, appealing and attractive like the two coolest kids at school. So without further ado, let's make some noise, please. He flings his arm out behind him like a ringmaster, and give a big Late Night Lock-In welcome to Shed 7. The camera swoops away from them as if it has lost interest, and now the voices from the gallery are chattering in his head over the sound of the band. Everything all right there, Suki, says the producer. Dexter looks at Suki pleadingly. She looks back, eyes narrowed. She could tell them. Dexter's on the booze. He's drunk. The man's a mess, an amateur, not to be trusted. All fine, she says. Just went down the wrong way, that's all. We'll send someone to fix your makeup. 2 minutes, people, and Dexter, keep it together, will you? Yes, keep it together, he tells himself. But the monitors tell him there are 56 minutes and 22 seconds to go, and he's really not sure if he can. Applause! Applause like she has never heard, rebounding off the walls of the sports hall. And yes, the band were flat and the singers sharp. And yes, there were a few technical problems with missing props and collapsing sets, and of course it's hard to imagine a more forgiving audience, but still it is a triumph. The death of Nancy leaves even Mr. Rutledge chemistry weeping, and the chase over the London rooftops with the cast in silhouette is a spectacular coup de theatre met by the kind of cooing and gasping that usually greets fireworks displays. As predicted, Sonia Richards has shown, leaving Martin Dawson grinding his teeth as she soaks up the largest round of applause. There have been ovations and encores, and now people are stamping on the benches and hanging off the climbing apparatus, and Emma is being dragged on stage by Sonia, who is crying. God, actually crying, clutching Emma's hand and saying, "Well done, miss. Amazing, amazing." The school's production, it is the smallest imaginable triumph, but Emma's heart is beating in her chest, and she can't stop grinning as the band play a cacophonous "Consider Yourself," and she holds the hands of 14-year-olds and bows again. And she feels the elation of doing something well, and for the first time in 10 weeks, she no longer wants to kick Lionel Bart. At the drinks afterwards, own-brand cola flows like wine, and there are also 5 bottles of sparkling Perry to share among the adults. Ian sits in a corner of the sports hall with a plate of mini Keeves and a plastic cup of Beecham's powders that he has brought to the party specially, and he massages his sinuses, smiles and waits patiently as Emma soaks up the praise. Good enough for the West End, someone says, someone unrealistically, and she doesn't even mind when Rodney Chance, her Fagin boozy on spiked panda pops, tells her that she's pretty fit for a teacher. Mr. Godalming, please call me Phil, congratulates her while Fiona, ruddy-cheeked like a farmer's wife, looks on, bored and bad-tempered. We should talk in September about your future here, says Phil, leaning in and kissing her goodbye, causing some of the kids and some of the staff to make a woo noise. Unlike most show business parties, it's all over by 9:45, and instead of a stretch limo, Emma and Ian take the 55, the 19, and the Piccadilly line home. I'm so proud of you, says Ian, his head resting against hers, but I think it's settled on my lungs. As soon as she enters the flat, she can smell the flowers. The vast bouquet of red roses lolls in a casserole on the kitchen table. Oh my God, Ian, they're beautiful. Not from me, he mumbles. Oh, who then? Golden boy, I expect. They came this morning. Completely over the top, if you ask me. I'm going to have a hot bath. See if I can shift it. She removes her coat and opens the small card. Apologies for sulking. Hope it goes well tonight. Much love. Dex. That's all. She reads it twice, looks at her watch, and quickly turns on the TV to watch Dexter's big break. 45 minutes later, as the final credits roll, she frowns and tries to make sense of what she has just seen. She doesn't know much about television, but she's pretty sure that Dexter hasn't shown. He has looked shaky, actually frightened sometimes, fluffing lines, looking at the wrong camera. He has seemed amateurish and inept, and as if sensing his unease, the people he has interviewed, the rapper on tour, the 4 cocky young Mancunians, have responded with disdain or sarcasm. The studio audience glares too, like surly teenagers at a pantomime, arms crossed high on their chests. For the first time since she met him, he appears to be making an effort. Might he be, well, drunk? She doesn't know much about the media, but she can recognize a car crashing. By the time the last band plays out, her hand has come to cover her face, and she knows enough about TV to know this is not ideal. There's a lot of irony about these days, but surely not to the extent that booing is good. She turns the TV off. From the bathroom comes the sound of Ian honking into a flannel. She closes the door and picks up the phone, molding her mouth into a congratulatory smile, and in an empty flat in Belsize Park, the answering machine picks up. So, talk to me, says Dexter, and Emma goes into her act. Hey you, hiya. I know you're at the party, so just wanted to say, well, first of all, thank you for the flowers. So beautiful, Dex, you shouldn't have, but mainly, well done, you. You were fantastic. Just really relaxed and funny. I thought it was fantastic. Just a really, really great show, really. She hesitates. Don't say really. If you say really too often, it sounds like not really. She continues. I'm still not sure about that t-shirt under suit jacket thing, and it's always refreshing to see women dancing in cages, but Dexter, apart from that, it was just excellent. Really. I'm really so proud of you, Dex. In case you're interested, Oliver went all right, too. She senses her own performance is losing conviction now and decides to bring it to a close. So, there you go. We've both got something to celebrate. Thanks again for the roses. Have a good night. Let's talk tomorrow. I'm seeing you Tuesday, is that right? And well done, you. Seriously. Well done, you. Bye. At the party afterwards, Dexter stands alone at the bar. Arms crossed, shoulders hunched. People cross to congratulate him, but no one lingers long. And the pats on the shoulder have come to feel like consolation, or at best, well done on missing that penalty. He has continued to drink steadily, but the champagne seems stale in his mouth, and nothing seems to lift the sense of disappointment. Anticlimax. Creeping shame. Why, hey, says Suki Meadows in a contemplative mood. Once the co-star, now clearly the star, she sits next to him. Look at you, all mean and moody. Hey, Suki. So, that went well, I thought. Dexter is unconvinced, but they chink glasses just the same. Sorry about that booze thing. I owe you an apology. Yes, you do. It was just something to loosen me up, you know. Still, we should talk about it some other time. Okay. Because I'm not going out there again with you off your tits, Dex. I know, you won't, and I'll make it up to you. She leans her shoulder against his and puts her chin on his shoulder. Next week? Next week? Buy me dinner. Somewhere expensive. Mind. Next Tuesday. Her forehead is touching his now, her hand on his thigh. He was meant to be having dinner with Emma on Tuesday, but knows that he can always cancel Emma. She won't mind. Okay, next Tuesday. Can't wait. She pinches his thigh. So you gonna cheer So you gonna cheer up now? I'll try. Suki Meadows leans over and kisses his cheek, then puts her mouth very, very close to his ear. Now come and say hello to my mom. The end. Thank you for listening. Oh. I don't know why I always fold the page when I have a bookmark now. My mom made me this. It's got bunnies on it. I love it. See? Bunnies. She was like, I think I'll just like pick up watercolor and see how I do. And then she makes these adorable bookmarks. That's watercolor. Watercolor is like so impressive to me. I've tried it. No. It's very infuriating to work with. Yeah, isn't it a great book though, for real? I really like this book. It's like I've seen the movie and I've seen the show. The show is absolutely phenomenal. So I kind of like know what's gonna happen once the chapter starts, but I never know going into it like which chapter we're about to read and what we're about to cover and stuff. But anyway, yeah. If you want to spoil it for yourself, I recommend the Netflix show. It's fantastic. Just, you know, like, brace yourself. That's all I would say. Yeah. I'm glad you caught it, though. If you liked it, that was chapter 8. Wait, right? Yeah. And 1 through 7 is also posted on my channel, so you can go back and listen to those too if you want. It's definitely so worth it. I love this book. Or you just go read it yourself. But I don't know. I kind of, if I read a book, I have to read it out loud, or I have to listen to an audiobook. So if you're like that too, I'll be your audiobook. But you can also just go get the book if you'd rather do that. I think my brother prefers actually reading over listening, but that's whatever you want to do. I think you can. Oh, this one was like $8. This one's like super old. I like it. But yeah. Also, we've read. Ouch! What time is it? Dang, that took a while. You can be. Yay! Cool. I mean, I never want to stop doing these read alouds. I love reading. So I was gonna say, so far we've read The House at Pooh Corner. Because before I started streaming, like I just started streaming last year. Before that, I had already read the first Winnie the Pooh book, and I had just gotten The House at Pooh Corner. And then I started streaming, so I was like, I guess we'll do that. So that was the first book we did. It's so good. I love the Winnie the Pooh books. I'd be down to reread the first one just so we have both on my stream. And then we read The Little Prince in a day. I just read that in like an hour and a half long stream, really quick. It's really cute. I like it a lot. And then, did we do Wind in the Willows after Little Prince? I think we did. For a minute there, I was taking a class on a book, and I had to read it every week, so I was like, let me just go ahead and do it on my stream. So we started The Pilgrim's Progress, but we never finished it, and I want to still. It's a really, really cool story, but so that's on my channel, but I never finished it. And then we did Wind in the Willows. Was so awesome. I love it so much. And then for the days that I just have like a lot more energy and I want to keep reading after a chapter, I'll pick up Peter Pan, because that's my favorite book in the whole world. And I'll just do like a bonus chapter of Peter Pan. So I honestly considered it today, but I'm pretty out of breath right now, so I don't really want to, but it's not going to be as good. But we are on my favorite chapter. This is my oldest copy of Peter Pan. It's very beat up. But we're on my favorite chapter, so next time I'm able to, we'll also get more into that. It's such a good chapter, because I get to juggle between like 6 different voices, and it's really fun. Like, like, talking for Captain Hook is like my favorite thing. It's fun. It's like, he's like, what does he say? I mean, I know what he's like, odds bobs hammer and tongs. Say that again and I'll cast anchor in you. No, I think he says, or I'll plunge my hook in you. He's so great. I love this book. Anyway, I've read this book like upwards of 10 times. It's going on 10, so it's so good. Highly recommend Peter Pan. And that's actually why I have so many fairy tattoos. Yeah. I need to reread. There's one called Peter Pan in Kensington Gardens. Wait. Yeah. And it's more about like before he even ever went to Neverland, and he first lived in England. And he lived with the fairies in Kensington Gardens. And it's like when he's younger, and then he goes to Neverland. But I honestly, like, I read it a long time ago, and I don't remember any of the details. So I've been wanting to reread it. So maybe once we finish this one, I might go back and read that. But I also got, I have so many books I want to read. I got, so we read Wind in the Willows. If you've never heard of that, I'm sorry. Like, it's so good. It's, oh my gosh. It's like, it's about like a bunch of animals. But they're like civilized. Like, they wear waistcoats and pocket watches and suits and shoes and like Ratty, the river rat, he lives on the river, and Moley lives underground, and then Moley is doing spring cleaning, and he comes outside, and he like is just like, because moles don't like sunlight, so he comes outside and he's like, it's a whole world out here, and he meets the rat, and their names are Ratty and Moley, and they meet, and he starts hanging out with Rat, and they become just like close, really fast best friends, and he starts living with him on the river, and they're just friends, and they like go and they have adventures, and they like, there's literally a chapter where they just hang out on the river in a boat, and they have like a picnic, and it's just like the nicest thing. And then there's like Toad of Toad Hall, Mr. Toad, and he's just like this foolish, ridiculous guy, but they're still like his loyal friends, and they're there for him, and they like hold him accountable when he's being ridiculous, and like it's so, oh, that's so cool. What the heck? Hi, Jared. I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. How are you? Ah! How the heck are you? Thank you. Yeah, I'm just explaining this book. And then they have this friend Badger who lives in like the great wood that like the smaller animals are too scared to go into, but he's like this gruff, like, badger, and it's so cute, and like the way they talk, I think it was written in like the either like late 1800s or early 1900s, so it's like this like amazing writing style, and I just freaking love it. So we finished Wind in the Willows, and then for Christmas, every year my grandmother likes to get us like a book of our choosing. So I told her I wanted The Willows in Winter, and I got that. So once we're done with this book, I'm trying to read that one, because it's like the second to that. I'm amazing. I'm so good I'm so glad you're fantastic. That's amazing. I love that response. We're talking about like my plans for future read-alouds, but definitely probably next book will be Wind in the Willows in Winter, and then I might read Peter in Kensington Gardens, I don't know yet. And then last year I read this amazing book. Okay, and I know that they made, sorry, my mouth has been like so dry today and my lips have been really dry. Anyway, also I bit my cheek, yo. My cheek like overflows my mouth. So right here, I bit, how did I do that? And it's like, now I have this like canker sore that's right where my tooth is and it keeps like rubbing on it. Thank you so much. I've had these for so long. I need to get new lenses, but thank you. I love these frames. Or this frame. How do you say that? Anyway, I used to work in an eyeglass store. I think it's these frames. Anyway, I love them. I think they look amazing on me. Thank you. They're like so light and thin. It looks almost like I'm not even wearing them, and they're so light, like I'd forget I'm wearing them. It's like exact, because I get so claustrophobic with stuff like around my head, especially, and I get like, I can't wear hats. I get really hot, and like, yeah. So I couldn't have like something, like literally wearing them, I don't even see the frames around here, like in my view, which is exactly what I need. Because I had these like black frames, and all I saw, I swear, all I saw was like black. Like everything's framed in black, obviously, and I was like, I don't want this. But thank you. I was gonna say something. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Last year, I read this book, and I know they made a movie for it with, like, Tom Hanks, I think, but I'm not even gonna watch it, because the book, it's rare that I read a book so good. Like, this book is so good, but I know for a fact the show is amazing, so that's a thing. But the movie might be good, but, like, this book is just so good. I have, like, no interest in watching anything else for it. It's, like, perfect by itself. Yeah. But anyway, I still need to read. For some reason, I've been like, it was so good, and it had me so hooked immediately. I read a chapter a day until I finished it. So I finished it pretty quick. But then as soon as I got to the end, I like procrastinated reading the last chapter, which I don't understand, and I still haven't read it. So I need to finish it before I decide if it's a read aloud book. But like, oh my goodness. I don't even, it's so good. Anyway, it's like one of those, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, and then you leave, like, feeling changed. It's called, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. And it's really good. It has to do with both the Holocaust and 9/11. Which is just, couldn't get any heavier, you know? But oh my gosh, it's so good. Anyway, I'm not even going to say anything about it. I think just going into it, not knowing anything, is the best way to go, especially for that book, so. And I think, stop. Look, that's so funny. But, wait. My friend calls it belching too. I do. It's a thing. It's so funny. I love that you said that. I've never had someone actually like acknowledge that I do that. I can't control it. Or actually more accurately, I do control it. It's like I have a problem with acid reflux, which is why I'm like always like swallowing and like catching up to my words, because like if I sense it coming, I can turn it into a burp. Okay, it's not a normal burp, because I burp normally too. This is like a loud like belch, and if I don't catch it in time and turn it into a belch, I'll throw up. It's great. I still don't really know what it is, so I just call it acid reflux. It really just like it's affected by like what I eat, or honestly I'm assuming that's all that affects it, but it might just be unpredictable, I don't know. But it's just like if I don't catch it in time and like breathe in some air and turn it into a burp, it'll just be like I throw up in my mouth and I have to like swallow it, and it's very unpleasant. So I opt to belching, and it doesn't sound great when I do it, but it's so much more comfortable for me, so I don't care. So that's the story behind that. I just love that, like, I never had a name for it, and then my friend, like, recently called it my belching, and I thought it was so funny, and now you just called it that. That's so funny. But thank you about my smile being beautiful. That's really nice. It's so funny. It's so good to see you. I can't stay, but I wanted to stop by and say hi. Yay. Thank you so much. Thanks for saying that. I hope you have an amazing night, and I think most likely it looks like I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night again, so I hope I see you. But if not, have a lovely weekend. Stay safe. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's just what acid reflux is, though, and some people just deal with it. And it has gotten a lot better since I stopped drinking, like, milk. I never really drank milk anyway, but I used to put milk in my smoothies every morning, and they don't taste any different if I just do water, so I stopped doing milk. And I did try different kinds of milk. Like, I think I was doing almond milk and not oat milk. So, no. It's another one. Maybe just lactose free? I don't even remember. Anyway, I was trying a couple things. I just stopped. But definitely when I cut back on dairy and sugar, it's not as bad. So I'm cool. Okay. Love ya. Night. I need to have it. No, I don't. I feel like other YouTubers make me feel like, or streamers make me feel like I need to have like a scripted intro and outro. Scripting, if I ever tried to script myself, it just wouldn't feel right. I think it'd be very unnatural, so never mind. But it is really hard for me to like know when I want to end the stream and how to actually end it and stuff. No. It's already enough that I like dress up for the read-alouds. I don't really dress up for my other stream when I'm just gaming, but yeah, I might look dressed up. With gaming, I'm more like I want to be comfortable. With read-alouds, I will put a bra on and look more presentable or something in case like a mom wants to use me as an audiobook for her kids or something. I don't know. And then I'm like very like, at the end of the chapter I'm like, the end, thank you for listening, and then you can leave and not have to listen to the post-chapter discussion if you don't want to. Number one thing to remember. It's very true. I must be doing something right. I don't even know, dude, I haven't, you know what I thought today, being all proper, yeah. Well, just like, yeah, like presentable. Not that I'm not presentable when I'm gaming. Wait, you gotta start like this, and then go. Not that I'm not when I'm gaming, but it's different, I guess. I did once, though. I was gaming the other month. I don't remember. And this little kid came in. It was so cute. I didn't know they were a kid. They like commented and they were like, hey, have you heard of like backseating? Is that what it's called? Where you like help someone while they're gaming? Anyway, they told me what it was, and they were like, would you be interested, or is that not really something you'd want? And I was like, yeah, no, actually that'd be great, because I don't know this game very well. So they like came in, yeah, backseat, okay, yeah. They came into my Discord, and I like had them join the audio channel so I could just hear their voice and they could hear mine. And it turned out to be a little 10-year-old kid, and I was like, oh, But it was really nice, and I didn't get his name. He just was like, yeah, you missed an upgrade back there, you should go back, or like, yeah, you should go through this door, or like, it was so cute. And he was really helpful and nice. He wasn't like a rude little kid. And then his dad came in and was like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm just helping this nice lady with her game. I was like, stop. My heart was like melting. But I think I put like a thank you to him in the caption of the video. It was so nice. But anyway, I don't know his name. I felt like it would be kind of weird if I asked him his name, so I was like, thanks for your help. Nice to meet you. Anyway, it was so cute. But, yeah. That's true. People do just... I guess people find me and they're like... I don't know. I'm very, like, relaxed. There's nothing, like... I guess I feel like if I tried to script things, for me, it would feel not... I mean, it would definitely not feel natural, so it would probably feel less, like, authentic or less like I'm actually being myself and stuff. So I think people join and they're like, she's not scripted at all. She's just, like, going with the flow, saying what she's thinking, and maybe some people like that. I was gonna say today I thought... I haven't checked the subscribers I've gotten in a while. Oh, it's not that many. Never mind. No, that's not to say... Hold on. Now I'm curious. Where's the button where you, That's not to say, obviously, I don't appreciate how many I have. Because 1,000's incredible. I just, since the last time I checked it, like, months ago, it's not been a lot more than that. But that's totally fine. Well, that doesn't bother me. I didn't think I was gonna have 1,000 by now anyway, so this is like incredible. Also, we are on our 30th read aloud. That's so cool. We've done 30. Wait, how have we done 30? Hold on. I've read like... No, I guess that makes sense. How many books have I read? I've read like more than 2 whole books. 3 whole books. How has it only been 30? Whatever. Yeah, especially because we're on chapter 9 now. I don't know. It all shows... Yes. I was trying to see what 1.23 means. Does that just mean like 1,023 subs? Or... I can't do math. Would that be... I don't know, actually, because... Oh, that makes way more sense. I was like, there needs to be a 0 somewhere, and I don't know where to put it. That makes weird. I don't know why that was so hard for me. Well, then in that case, never mind. It's way more. Last time I checked, I think it was only 1,008 subscribers, so we got like a lot more. Never mind. Thank you guys. I never check the numbers. I never check how many likes I have or views. Mostly because I'm not really like monetizing right now. I'm sure I will eventually, but I actually need to check. You need like 400 like hours before you can monetize. But like it'd be cool. It's not really like a priority for me to monetize, but I just have fun on here, so I don't really check the likes or views or numbers. I just have fun. But we'll see how it goes. I'm sure eventually I could do that, but I just like talking to you guys. That's why I'm here. I think so too. It was either 400 or 4,000. I don't remember. I'm also just like really lazy about like finding out about things like that, and lazy about even like my Discord. I have like 2 bots that I want to set up and I still haven't set them up. And I need to do some research on stuff. I haven't done that. I need to like look into like what kind of music I can play on my stream that's not copyright, and like I need to do all kinds of stuff, but I will eventually. It's okay. Also, I found out something. Oh, I did my total topic change. Sorry. Yeah, Discord's confusing. It's fine. I love it. I just, when it comes to the bot side of things, there's so many options and possibilities, but when you finally find the bot you want, it's so hard to figure out how to set it up. So, like my friend that's a TikToker, she's a Twitch streamer and TikToker. She was like, yeah, you just have to get lucky and meet like a tech savvy person to help you with that. Like, I didn't do it myself either. I like found someone. I was like, okay. So she offered to get someone on like a call with me eventually to do that. So that'll be cool. And no, at my job, I had my annual review, which they, it's all about your performance and work ethic and all kinds of stuff, like what you contribute to the culture of the company even, and all kinds of stuff, and it went so well. And it determines your raise for the year and your bonus. So, like how big of a raise and how big of a bonus you get. So, I did really well. And I didn't realize it was gonna be like a big difference, and I get to pay off one of my medical bills. Actually, I think it's my last medical bill. I'm so happy. Thank you. But yeah, once that's paid off, all I have to pay off is my car and my student loans, and we're golden. And I'm getting a bonus. Oh wait, that's what the bonus is for. Sorry. I was either gonna I found out I have to get like new brake pads, all new tires, and rotors and things like that for my car. So I was like, should I use my bonus to fix my car, or should I just use it to go ahead and knock out my last medical debt? And then I was like, I'm kind of teaching my little brother how to drive right now, so I might wait until I'm not doing that with him. And yeah, because I would hate to get new tires and then he jumps a curb or something, so, or he fucks up my brakes after they've been fixed. So I'm gonna kill the medical bill, and then we can like get on track to paying off the rest of the stuff. I'm excited. And like bit by bit, I have this amazing thing. Let me show you. I'm just showing off. I'm sorry. This is really nice. I've acknowledged about myself, I'm a verbal processor. I like talking about things and showing things to people and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, so I got this thing. It's a little binder. It's actually really nice quality too, which I appreciate. But it's a binder with I'll show you. It's a binder with like little pockets of numbers, and it's like 1 through 100, and you put that much money in each pocket. So like I've already filled, well, basically you can keep track with this. So whatever's like crossed out, I've already put that much money in those pockets, right? And you're supposed to do all of them, and then by the end you'll have over $5,000. And that's what I've been like, because the goal right now, the priority is to pay off my debt, and then you can just build your savings, because you're not, once everything's paid off, you're not like putting any of your paycheck into bills, except for like car insurance and my phone bill, and rent. But like, I have a chunk of money afterward that isn't going into other bills. So you can build your savings up way faster, basically. But I just thought, if like after I pay my bills every month, I still have a little extra money, I can just start gradually building this like foundation of a savings. And then by the time I have all my debt paid off, I already have $5,000 in savings. Well, 6, because I have 1,000 right now. But that's the plan. And then the goal is to get like at least 20 to 25,000 for a what's it called? Why can't I think of what that's called? Like a deposit? I'm missing a word. All my brain can think right now is direct deposit. It's like the first payment on a down payment. Thank you. I'm trying to get to like 20 or 25,000 for a down payment on a house. So I'll be 6,000 away from that. No, I'll be 6,000 down. Whatever. 13, 14,000 to go. Anyway, so that's the whole plan. But they do encourage that you just put all of your extra money into bills. But I'm like, I like it gradually feeling like I'm building a savings the whole time. Not just feeling like it, I am. But I actually was like, I want to see. I just want to see. I'm so curious. I don't think it's a lot. Because I've only done most of like the lower numbers. But I just want to see how much I have so far. And I'm so sorry. This is very personal. I'm talking about my financial issues. But I'm just excited about it. Because I've only ever paid bills. Like, you know, we're all so used to living paycheck to paycheck. And in this world today, it's so hard not to live like that. So I'm just excited for the future. I actually see a future where I'm not broke all the time. So even if I'm getting raises every year and I have a great job, it's like it still feels like I don't get to spend my money that I earn on stuff I want to spend it on. So I'm just excited. 6,000 towards that. To see a light. Yes. Very excited. But yeah, sorry, very personal. You're new here. I don't have a filter. just a fair warning. I don't. Okay, so 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 17 plus 18 plus 20. 34, 37, 40, 47, 60, 80, 100. Dang, okay, we're at $619. I need to get a little safe. Like a little lockbox, because I don't think all this cash is a good idea. My friend was like, what if your house burns down? And I was like, that's a solid point, actually. All I ever think is like, no one's gonna rob my house. That could happen too, but it's highly less likely. But I was like, oh, a fire. Yeah, paper is flammable. That's true. Good point. Probably wouldn't enjoy. That's why we're friends, man. That makes me happy. That's the kind of person I like to keep around, you know? No, for real, I feel the same way. Some, like, I have a lot of favorite YouTubers. Not a lot. I have my handful of favorite YouTubers, and they are filtered. They like, write out their, I mean, they don't do, well, okay, just kidding. Wow. For example, my favorite YouTuber is Curtis Connor, and he is hilarious. And he does live stream, like, podcast format, where he's not very filtered. He has like a plan. He's like, this is what I plan to talk about today, but he's not very filtered. And then he'll do actual videos where he like scripted it out, practiced it, edited it, all that, and like normally if it's too planned or too like extra editing or that kind of thing, it's usually not very fun for me. I don't usually enjoy it, but I really like his videos. I don't know, just the way he does his jokes and how they're edited. You know? It just works for me. I don't know. My sense of humor is very unpredictable, I think, so I don't know. He's just, for me, I enjoy his actual videos more than his streams. I like both, but yeah. And then there are some that are just like I get excited if Curtis or like Danny Gonzalez, if they come out with new videos, I get like excited because I know it's probably gonna be funny. But then there's some YouTubers I watch for like 3 minutes and I'm like, it's just too fake, you know? Like they have like real reactions to things, I feel like, and it feels real, even if it's scripted a little. There are just some that are too fake. And I'm like, Yeah. So it can be okay, just depending on how people, like, pull it off, you know, or execute it, I guess. So I don't think I could. And I definitely don't have the energy or patience to try and edit my videos, like, edit the shit out of them. I can't. Like, the best I do, yeah, the literal most I do is I get off my stream and I put little timestamps, and that's it. Like, in the caption. And it's just like, start, I started the chapter ended, we talked a little, goodbye, end. And those are my timestamps. And I do that, like, right when I get off, because if I don't, I will never go back in and put the timestamps. So I'm very lazy. Oh, okay, so what do you stream? I feel like when I met you the other night, there was something you said that hinted that you're a streamer. So that got me curious. I forgot to ask you. I love these flyaways. So I haven't washed my hair. I'm going on day 3 now. Tomorrow is a hair washing day. Tonight is a leave-in conditioner night, and I'm very excited. It's looking a little rough. You know my hair is rough when I've got it up, because I hate having my hair up. Word. What games do you play? Yeah, what games do you play? I wanna see. Cool. I got you. Do you play, like, with other people or by yourself mostly? Nice. Okay, cool. Oh wait, you said Resident Evil, right? I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's not all you play, but I know you mentioned it. Okay, cool. That's cool. I want to do more where I'm like, maybe I don't have the energy to talk to people, but I still want to play a game. I want to, like, intentionally, like, record myself and still, like, show me playing the game, even if I'm not really talking. But I have not done that yet. I suppose I feel like if I have the energy to game, I also have the energy for human interaction. So I have this, like, wait, no I don't. It went away. Never mind. Yeah. Also, I haven't seen my family in a couple weeks, which is really hard for me. I don't like that. So, because last week I was out of town, I was just really excited to finally see them this weekend, and now they're all throwing up. Feels like everybody's sick right now. Is anybody sick? Because I'm not, and I'm very, like, it's Friday in a second, and I really want to see people. But even, like, I made plans with my friend Emily to hang out this weekend, and I was so excited, and then she texted me today or yesterday and was like, yeah, I'm sick, we can't hang out. I was like, damn, okay, cool. Yeah, it's okay. I hope you guys are not sick. I hope everybody's super healthy right now, so I'm not alone. But I'm also very grateful because we are in our busiest season at work. If I missed a day of work, I wouldn't catch up, like, get caught back up. I would, but it would take a long time, or it would just take a lot of overworking, and I don't want to do that. So damn, dude. Well, I'm glad you got over it. So did Wraith. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm very happy. Like, I have really bad health. My immune system's like shit, and I'm chronic. I like to say when people are like, hey, I heard you weren't feeling well, are you okay? And that was like 2 days ago. I'm like, oh, I'm fine now, I'm just chronic. I'm amazing. Michael, how are you? Nice to see you. Sorry, I'm on TikTok too. I stopped streaming my gaming streams on TikTok, but I'll still do my read-alouds. Because I can do the little highlight feature and just take a clip and post it. That's nice. I like, that's the only thing I like about TikTok. Also, the camera is a lot nicer. I want to get a camera for my computer for YouTube that's as nice as my iPhone camera. Is that a possibility? can I get a guarantee so it's worth my money before I buy it? Because I'm like, right now I really want to get a new camera, and I've asked around, and I'm like, hey, any camera anybody suggests or recommend, and they recommend my camera, and I'm like, no, I need a nicer one. Like, it is nice. It's just like, I'd be down to drop like a $100 or $200 on a camera if I know for a fact it's worth it, and it's like like noticeably nicer than mine now. I'd do it. But if I'm about to drop $100 on a camera that's the same quality, then you know. Yeah. How's your birthday? My birthday was absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I told my mom all I want to do for my birthday is play a board game with the family, and we did. I bought myself for my birthday my favorite board game. Well, I have a lot of favorites. It's like on the simpler side, where it's easy to explain to people that don't play a lot of board games. I've tried to do that with other games, and people are like, this is way too complicated, and I'm like, really? Because I've played like Ark Nova, and that's complicated. Or Terraforming Mars, or Scythe. Scythe was pretty complicated. Like, there are some games that take an hour to even learn. Sorry, I'm a big board game girl. I love board games. But I love board games depending on who you're playing it with. But yeah, like some people it just clicks for them, it works, and that's how I am. And then some people it's like, wait, slow down, this is way too much to learn. Can't really help. That's okay. Oh, I totally got you. I totally can get behind that. It's not smart to be on the internet. I should probably not be showing my face, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, what's my favorite board game? My favorite board game is called Isle of Cats, where you're it's an island populated by a bunch of cats, and they're in danger, and you're like rescuing them on a boat. That's the whole plot of the game, but it's so fun. It's like a mix of like Tetris and something else, because you have to fit all the cats on your little board, your boat, you know, and they're all weird shapes, so you have to like fit them in with each other like Tetris, and then you have little like side missions that you're doing that nobody knows about. It's just really fun. Yeah. No, it's a board game. I love card games too, but that's a board game. But I got my favorite really simple board game for my birthday, and we played it as a family. I taught my family. It was really fun. And then I went out of town and spent the weekend with my best friends, and that was lovely. We almost got in a car accident. Super cool. But we didn't. And, and my other friend took me out to dinner on my birthday, because it was a Wednesday night, so I couldn't really do anything else. And then, but that was super nice. Super, super nice. I got my favorite burger, and I wore this really fancy dress. Like, I was telling him, can I wear this dress I got, because there's literally never going to be another opportunity to wear it, because it looks way too nice on me. And he was like, yeah, it's your birthday. You gotta dress up. So, it was so pretty. I'm like, I do that. I buy really pretty dresses with no idea when I'm actually gonna get to wear them. But that one was really pretty. Anyway, that was nice. And then I went out to dinner with my closest, like, to my age siblings. Because I have 9 siblings, but I'm one of the oldest, so, like, my 3 younger siblings directly under me, we all went out to dinner, because we're all, like, adult age, so, yeah. I would have mine would be, okay, so I don't love Monopoly, the board game, but did you know there is a Monopoly card game? It's actually fucking fun. I recommend. It's very fun. I think you can play it with like up to 7 people or something. Super fun. Oh, okay, sorry. Been fun. Okay. Okay, bye. Okay, stay safe. Bye. I hope I see you tomorrow night. Love ya. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I need to go too, actually, because my bedtime, I'm trying to be very strict about an official bedtime at 9 p.m. now. Which is like really early for me. But it feels really good when I wake up and I just got 8 hours of sleep. So yeah, compared to 5, it's drastically different for me. So I do need to go too. I need to go eat dinner, but I have to go. Didn't know that. Yeah, play the board game, or play the Monopoly card game and let me know what you think. It's really fun. It's just like Monopoly. Like, if you like Monopoly enough to know the properties and their colors, and like, you know how like the brown only has 2 and the dark blue only has 2, but the green and the yellow and the red and the orange, they all have 3. You kind of have to like, you don't have to, but it's good to know that for the card game. And I have all the Monopoly properties memorized, so, and how like the railroads, if you have to own all 4, so that comes with 4. Yeah, you should check it out. Only if you have someone fun to play it with, or like, it's probably best if you play it with like at least 3 or 4 people, but yeah, it's fun. Anyway, cool, I'm gonna go eat dinner, but thanks for hanging out with me. If you missed the chapter or the chapters before this chapter and you really like the sound of the book, all the chapters up to now have been posted on my channel, my YouTube channel. I'm talking to TikTok, sorry. They are on my YouTube channel. If you want to go watch them. And other books, you know. I have read 3 other books so far before now, so I know you have. I'm just talking. I've read 3 other books before now, if you want to go listen to those too. And then I think, because everyone's dang sick right now in my life, I think I'm going to actually stream tomorrow. So, if you want to catch my gaming stream, I'll be doing that tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. Actually, yeah, I'm pretty much positive. So, but join my Discord, because I do post updates as soon as I can when I know I'm going live again. So you can know when to catch the next stream, so that's cool. For tomorrow with the gaming, I'll be playing my usual Metroid Prime remastered. I'm gonna play that until I finish the game, so I can switch over to the PS5. But yes, it's really fun, actually. I'm getting better. And Tuesday night, I unlocked a new thing. I call it a new gun. It's a new beam. But I unlocked the plasma beam, and oh my gosh, it's so much easier. It made the game so much easier. So, it's really nice. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Excuse me. Thank you. I agree. It's a freaking good game. Yeah, you should play it if you like. It's my first, like, shooting game. First person shooting. I've only ever played like Mario and like Cuphead, Rayman Legends, Hollow Knight, platforming based games, so this is a whole new experience for me. I really like it. I wanted to branch out more, so yay, me too. Yes, I agree, best games. But yeah, I think after this game I'm gonna play Last of Us, which is gonna be a it's gonna be a whole new ballpark, I feel like, for me. But that is the goal. So yes. Cool. I'm gonna go. I'm really bad at ending streams. I'm gonna go. Love you guys. What? Okay, cool. Sorry. On Discord, what? Okay. I'm gonna go. Stay safe, everybody, as always. Oh, yes, please do that. You can send me recommendations, suggestions, ideas. Blah, 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 blah. What did I had a Sunday school teacher that always said, I think she always said thoughts, comments, concerns. Anyway, yes, absolutely. I love feedback and input and all that. So yeah, join my Discord, please. There's totally a feedback channel in my server you can post on. But cool. I love you so much, all of you, my friends, my beautiful people. You are lovely. Yes. I'm officially getting off. I will talk to you tomorrow. I hope I see you guys tomorrow. Always love hanging out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Have a good night. Sleep well. All of that. Don't get sick. If you're sick, I hope you feel better soon. I hope I don't get sick. Good night.